Good day and welcome back to Iran Daily Newsfeed. Thousands of farmers and their supporters have staged a massive rally in the central Iranian city of Isfahan on Friday. According to the news, the major protests took place over water shortages in the drought-stricken region. Let Islam breathe again, revive Zion Route, chanted by demonstrators in a video posted on social networks as crowds gathered in a dry bed of the river where protesting farmers have set up a tent city. Our children want water to provide food for your children, read a sign carried by a woman. Grassroots reports indicates the Islamic authorities deliberately shut down the internet in Isfahan. Amid the massive demonstrations, the internet connection was shut down and interruptions were reported in the province. The Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps has announced they have seized a foreign ship on charges of alleged smuggling fuel in the Iranian waters nearby Hormozgan province. The ship allegedly to have 11 crew members. The country of ownership and nationality of the crew have not been yet determined. State-run media and press release affiliated with the IRGC reported on Saturday, November 20th, quoting the so-called Colonel Ahmad Hajian, commander of the Naval Type 412 Zulfagar in the southern Parsian County, the foreign ship had been seized in the waters of the Persian Gulf. The ship allegedly is a smuggled fuel carrier. The IRGC commander claims more than 150,000 liters of smuggled diesel were discovered in the seizure. The crew also had been detained. No details of the seizure date have been released yet. In an essay, New York Times wrote the Islamic Republic has not acknowledged the attack, but US and Israeli officials said it was retaliation for Israeli airstrikes, drawing the US into Tehran's shadow war with Israel. By quoting 8 American and Israeli officials who spoke on the conditions of anonymity to discuss intelligence matters, the author said, an armed drone strike last month on an American military base in southern Syria was Tehran's regime retaliation for Israeli airstrikes in Syria. It is stated in a part of the article. The drone attack, which caused no casualties, would be the first time the Islamic Republic has directed a military strike against the United States in response to an attack by Israel, an escalation of Tehran's shadow war with the Israel that poses new dangers to U.S. forces in the Middle East. Officials said most of the 200 American troops stationed at the base, whose main role is training Syrian militias to fight the Islamic State, had been evacuated hours earlier after being tipped off by Israeli intelligence. U.S. officials said they believe that Tehran directed and supplied the proxy forces that carried out the attack. Prosecutors in Kuwait have detained 18 people suspected of financing Lebanon's powerful Shiite Muslim terror group Hezbollah. The newspaper Al-Kabas and Al-Rai reported on Thursday. Al-Kabas said the prosecution ordered the detainees to be held at the central prison for 21 days while investigations continue into alleged membership in a prohibited party, money laundering, and spying. Arrests come amid a diplomatic crisis between Beirut and Gulf states, who have become increasingly dismayed by the Tehran-backed terror group's influence over Lebanese politics. A Saudi-led coalition carried out a wide operation against targets in Yemen after intercepting and destroying a drone that attempted to attack Saudi Arabia's Abha International Airport, Saudi state media said early on Thursday. The coalition was taking operational measures to deal with the sources of hostile cross-border attacks, Saudi state news agency SBA reported. Emirati and Israeli state-owned weapon makers signed a deal to jointly design vessels on the final day of the Dubai Air Show. They have signed a strategic agreement in Dubai to jointly design unmanned vessels capable of carrying out anti-submarine warfare. United Arab Emirates defense conglomerate Edge and Israel Aerospace Industries announced the partnership on the final day of the biennial Dubai Air Show on Thursday. And that was all for today. I am Kate, and thank you for the privilege of your time.